seeing these kind of like scores, like your mechanics are not bad enough so that this would happen to you. It's like you are better than what your current match statistics are portraying. Yeah, I think this is turned into like more of like general therapy or something, or like life advice or something like that. Hey, what's up guys? For those who don't know me, I'm royalG, a Radiant coach and player who loves helping players improve. In this video, I had an interesting coaching session that turned from regular coaching to something a bit more personal. With that being said, hope you guys enjoy. Okay. Anyways, how's it going? Wait, what is that supposed to be? By the way, oh yeah, what's your rank currently?
30 seconds left.
No, I was gold 2. But like,
okay. Like gold 2, like 50 LP or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you play like Sage a lot?
I normally play smokes, but if someone locks in smokes first, then I'll just play like Sage or Sky.
Ah, I see, I see. This is like your second option usually?
Yeah, I used to main her, but I don't know, I just don't like playing her when we're just doing really bad. I like don't know what to do as Sage.
I think that's like the case for a lot of Sentinels. It's like you kind of feel out of like the round if anything happens. Like I can totally see a lot of ways people can use it, but like
don't repeat.
Definitely like hard to like fit into a meta when you don't when people don't know how to play around yet.
Sticking.
Oh, nice. Okay. I mean that was good that you kind of waited for like after the guy started sticking and like after he plants. You know, there's actually like one part where I think like people make a mistake very often is that they wait for someone to plant and they try to peek them immediately or like peek them in the middle of that plant. If you peek them right as the bomb like goes down or the spike goes down, they actually have a moment where they have to take out their gun. That's like actually one of the best times to peek them if there is a time to peek.
They don't have a dash. They have to look at. Peek out. He's low.
One enemy remaining.
KJ's one tap. Get his ass.
Okay, like my performance in this game goes down pretty fast.
Oh, so you're like owning right now. I mean, you're owning right now. It's like you're doing fine, right? It seems.
Yeah.
You're about to fall off the face of the earth. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You're telling me you're gonna start falling off the face of the earth from here?
I don't know how to press against do this.
All right, and spray immediately. You run the risk of like kind of doing that, but I don't think he's hitting the ult. I'm pretty sure he's not hitting the ult. Wait, is Brimstone just deciding to sit in here?
Yeah, it just goes downhill from here.
Oh, crap.
And also, for some reason, like, I just hit headshots more on Sage. My headshots on Viper is, like, so bad.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Sage is kind of weird, actually. I've had that, like, experience, too, at some point, where I felt like when I was playing Sage and, like, a duelist, I would have higher headshot percentage versus when I was playing, like a different, like a controller or a Sentinel. It's a little bit like the confidence that you have when you go into like fights. I feel like with Sage, it's like you don't have much distractions. You know that you have to just take a fight if you have to take a fight. It's like you place that util down and you like work with that, and then after that point you just become like an agent, like any agent without util. You should be buying right here. Yeah, because your teammates all like bought up, right? So I think you should be buying up just to like go with them. In most cases, if you're just playing like in ranked and like a bunch of your teammates start buying like Vandals on one round and you don't have enough money, you might as well just buy up with them. Just so that you can like kind of add on to their power. Oh wow. Okay. A little bit of spray control practice is in the books, that's for sure.
Okay.
Well, it does seem like the fights that you're kind of taking are a little bit different now, and you're like not as willing to like just go for the head only.
I saw I switched to wall here.
That wall's fine. I think that's actually a pretty good wall. Like generally speaking, I'd say like if you wall off an area and people don't fight it, like you can honestly just leave, because for 40 seconds there's no way they can go through unless they like actually break it, right? So like pretty good way to kind of just move around. If you think that there's no enemies in an area, you can even put a wall too.
Okay, look, I think I zoned out. No way.
Dang.
Like,
whoa, what the? What is this game? No, this is literally 5 a.m. gold. Your crosshair placement's definitely a little bit like in the middle of like everything. I don't know if it's because you're tired or not, because it is like 5 a.m. right? But
I think I just naturally go to the ground.
It's not
but,
just suit flank, bro.
It's like kind of like a focus thing. You just want to like stay focused on where the enemy can come from to like horizontally like put it where they are. Like you don't necessarily have to keep headshot level as long as you're on the right, like right here, like this, right? Like this is where you'd want to keep your crosshair, putting it into like the wall or something.
To the right.
Spike down A.
Oh, shut up, bomb on them.
Where your teammate just tossed the bomb to them for free. I'm just looking at my teammates. I'm like,
Two, two,
guys, what are you guys doing? Oh,
my
nice.
God.
Another one tree, one tree.
Nah, that's fine. Wait, well, your teammate's not even with you. What is he doing?
Oh my
Is he-
god. Oh, hell no.
I actually don't think we won this. Yeah. Oh, this part is scuffed.
Alright, let's see
Kinda,
this.
kinda troll, I think. Or, I like heard the sage wall go up.
Big.
Uh-huh.
Oh, she's still up there. He's still up there.
And then this guy is around the corner.
She's still up there.
And I did.
Oh my god. That guy was trying to warn you too. He's like, the sage is still up there.
Yeah,
the
I know.
sage is
I
still up
didn't
there."
process it because I was like, I wanted to heal that guy so bad.
Oh my god. I think that ties into like sort of like, you know, when we were just talking about how like sometimes you do really well at the start and then like you start not doing well. Like complacency itself doesn't show up in like plays necessarily. Also, it could also show up in like your focus, because it's like if you're 15 and like 5, like technically no one can ever shit talk you for the rest of the game, right? That gives you kind of like a mental comfort to just like make mistakes. Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh. Yeah, so look, like with your peaks, I feel like you're still doing well. It's like not a problem, but like it's just when you're not ready for it, it feels like, you know, you might feel a little off.
On side, you're gonna.
Oh.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
Fire alarm just-
Uh-oh. What's going on? Monka S.
Yeah, I think it was just a test.
At least you're safe. That's the most important thing, of course.
When I went outside, there was like sirens, like fire truck sounded ones.
Oh, wait, so
Got
there
scared
was
for
a
a
fire
second.
then, right?
No, because it stopped after like a minute, and I was like, I was really scared for my laptop. I'm not gonna lie.
You're scared for your laptop potentially being, I guess, burned down or what?
Yeah, would have been
Okay.
sad.
Yep, nothing else matters except for a laptop, that's for sure. Right here, I think you shouldn't be like trying to just like cross hastily at this
I'll
point.
flash.
So like you notice how like you're fighting this guy and he jumps into this corner, right? If you see someone in a bad position, right, like your goal is to pretty much just punish this guy. Like right here, you just like throw slow here, and then your teammates can like just run up and kill this guy. You can maybe even throw slow and spawn to like prevent any like rotators coming in to help him. Like I do think there's a couple things that you should totally work on here, but some of the things are like big picture concepts that like, you know, I can't really like help you specifically, more so than just give you the awareness of that problem itself.
Rem, you're alone.
Like right here, like, you know, what's your thought process right here while you were like kind of
I
like,
wanted to get Spike from Brim.
so
I
like
think
right
I
here.
asked Brim for Spike.
Rem, you're alone.
Oh wait, yeah, you said it so quietly. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think this guy heard it.
Beast free.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I think you kind of just like, you know, got lost in the sauce right there. Okay, honestly, I think that wasn't even too bad. So you played that like relatively well. You even went positive. I mean, let's just take a look at your tracker so we can get a better idea.
Hey, chill.
Holy!
Don't look at my recent Viper games, cause like
Holy! Oh my god! You're gonna send me the best game you had out of your whole batch of games? Nah, bro. Okay, I mean, the last few games are like a little bit like you kind of dropped the ball on this. I'm not gonna lie. All good, no flame. What like I think what you're missing is just sort of like that level of general focus and awareness in the game. Seeing these kind of like scores, like your mechanics are not bad enough so that this would happen to you. So like I say this in like a positive way where it's like you are better than what your current match statistics are portraying. Yeah, your focus is all over the place. I mean, that's no problem. I think a lot of people like struggle with that. You might struggle with it a little more. I don't know. How do you work on focus? Actually, this is like one of like the ultimate questions. Like I can kind of break down different parts of focus, and maybe if you could figure out which one it is, that would probably be able to like be good for you. How do you think you get focus?
I don't know. I do not get focused.
You just never get focus at all?
I can only focus if I'm like feeling like the pressure of the deadline. I don't know if I can really apply that to Valorant.
Do you ever feel the pressure of losing and feeling like you're a failure?
I don't know if I'm the one who has to go to the psychiatrist, bro. I don't know about that.
Okay. It's not always the case, but I would say there is a little level of like I'd say focus is built up of like quite a few different things. First of all, how rested you are, right? That's one part of focus. Or like whether what you're doing is something you're like interested in. And then the last thing is more or less like how well practiced you are in it, right? Like, because like you can't necessarily be like focused in something if you don't know what the hell you're doing. First of all, sleep is one of the easier things to like get yourself more well rested, right? Just like physical fitness is like always one side. The second thing is that like if you want to be interested in something, or like if you have to like figure out, you know, like what it is that you are interested about in the game, you know, sometimes it might be a good idea to just like think for a second about like why you want to play this game, and then also like what types of reasons can get you to play this game. Like for me, okay, like I play this game because I enjoy playing competition. Because I enjoy competition and I'm good at FPS games, I go into these games and sometimes I feel like very focused because I want to prove myself, and also I want to, you know, perform well in front of like my peers or whoever, right?
Oh my god, this is gonna sound so stupid.
No, there's nothing
But, like,
stupid here.
If I calm, if they know I'm a woman, then I want to play well.
I mean, calming is definitely something that like a lot of people would struggle with. Calming in like these games is really weird because like there's people who are being sexist and stuff. When you try harder, like because you think people are gonna judge you because you're a woman, is it because like you calm to them and now they know, or is it because like you think that they're gonna judge you in a weird way if you don't play well?
I don't know. I guess obligation. I mean,
You feel like an obligation?
isn't
Like,
it
is
a
it?
disservice to other girls if I play bad and then people are like, this reinforces my stereotype?
So you're like trying to change people's minds, kind of. I mean, I feel like it's tied a little bit to like more of just like your identity as a whole. Like as soon as you talk to people, as soon as they know you in a certain way, like maybe you feel more inclined to prove to them that you're like there or like more focused. There's always like a lot of like advice that people kind of give in terms of like, you know, finding a direction and those kind of things, where it's like, oh, you don't want to like care too much about, you know, other people's opinions or like what people might think of you, and you want to focus your whole journey on yourself, kind of thing. I don't know if that's necessarily going to apply to you. From like my perception of like what you're currently dealing with is on the ends of like someone who, you know, doesn't have experience trying very hard for something that they want because they don't actually know what they want at the moment.
So I don't have a Valorant goal?
Yeah, it's like you don't have a Valorant goal, not because it's hard for you to create a goal. It's more of like you don't actually know what you want out of Valorant. Like you can create these goals like, oh, like I want to do aim training or something, or I want to do like, and this could be like tied to like other parts of life. I don't know, maybe you're like a straight A student in university. Like if that's the case, then like screw you. Like how do you have such good grades? But like I feel like at the central, like the core of it all is that we're afraid of failing. We're afraid of wasting our time and getting nowhere. Like for example, right, like in my case, if I study for 5 hours and I don't get the A, I'm not going to be able to live with myself, right? Because I'm going to feel like a failure, right? My friends are going to make fun of me, like all these other things. But if I get a B in 30 minutes, I'll have this small victory because people are going to be like, oh my God, you learned that in 30 minutes, you got a B? Like, wow. Like if I fail, if I get even worse and I get a C, I can still have the excuse and say, well, I only spent 30 minutes. Like, you know, it is what it is.
Oh my god, nothing feels more like a waste of time than playing Valorant for 12 hours straight and going to 0 RR.
Yeah, exactly. Like the feeling of playing this and sometimes like not getting anywhere is like definitely a very like annoying thing, right?
Like how would I apply that though? I feel like I do spend like commit a lot of my time to Valorant though. Even though it's not like a priority.
Playing a lot of a game and not necessarily committing to the idea of trying to get better at it versus spending a lot of time on a game and understanding that you have to put a lot of like effort into it gives you two very different results. Right, it's like I can go into a practice range and I can just be like listening to music and like shooting around like I'm prod or something, right? That doesn't help me as much as if I'm like going into a practice range and like doing, you know, like specific Counter-Strike practice, like very specifically, I'm trying to like practice my movement, right? Like I'm testing myself. The difference in those two is like, first of all, mechanically, you're physically changing like how you train. Second thing is also your mental is different. Like you're going in with like a full on focus and a purpose, right? As long as you have that focus and the understanding of like, if I'm trying to go into this game, I'm trying to like play and get better, and you have like that sort of mindset, like I'm committed to doing that. Like that in itself, I think is already going to like shift your mindset in your next games. How you're going to improve, how you're going to play round to round, right? It's also important to have a very supportive group of friends. Like that's like sort of how it goes, right? You want to find supportive people, you want to find people related to your hobby and stuff like that. For example, like in chat, right, there's like Ziphos and there's KZ Stanley and like, you know, people like these guys. Like I played CSGO with them for a long time. Me getting to meet them wasn't a result of just random luck where like people just get pushed together, right? It's almost intentional because I enjoyed CSGO, they also enjoyed CSGO. we ended up running into each other like through team tryouts because we had the same goal of like trying to play on a team. And then at the end of the day, we became closer to each other, meeting new people, like having new opportunities. If I didn't actually have that interest in my mind and I didn't put in that like sort of effort to, you know, go for the tryout, I would never have met these people. It's kind of like that sort of like, it's sort of that kind of thing where once when you start going in the right direction, your course almost adjusts itself based on like your personal interest. There's like those people who go to the gym and they look like absolute like hulks. They didn't become a hulk by working at their home gym, for sure. Like there's no way. They went to the gym and then they met some people who were like also getting big, and they had like almost like a friendly competition because they're like, oh man, like I want to be big like this guy. And then they like started working together, even though they didn't necessarily want to go. Sometimes like their friend would pull them to go, and then at the end of the day, they ended up reaching that physique that like other people are like envious about. Like that's almost the same thing with me and like playing, you know, Valorant and stuff like that.
Okay. I'll fix my mindset.
Okay, well that sounded like I just berated you and you like decided, like you got defeated and now you're like, oh, yeah, I'll fix it. I'm not telling you to fix things, but I am telling you like, you know, there is another perspective to it, like, or aspect to it. Yeah, I think this is turned into like more of like general therapy or something, or like life advice or something like that.